Hello, 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 everyone. How are you on this Valentine's Day? Happy Valentine's Day from Amsterdam. As you can hear, we have a very fitting EDM song for you to listen to. Let's enjoy the song for about 20 seconds or so we can get ourselves in the mood for a very important topic. Kryptonians, what are your plans for tonight or today, wherever you are in the world? It is Valentine's Day, and for those of you who follow my journey a little bit, you know that I have a very spoiled partner, Andrea, who always wants to do something new. And we will indeed do something new tonight. It'll be very nice. And if you want to follow along a little bit what I do, what we do in our personal lives, living the crypto lifestyle, then I highly encourage you to join my mailing list, crypto.lifestyle, because there you will also have the social media channels that you can join to see that what I'm talking is actually also reflecting in my life. It is not just talk. And Andrea is absolutely right. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone. Today's video is actually going to be very helpful for people who are wondering whether they should go into crypto, whether they should start trading and investing. And I have to tell you, a lot of you are likely not at a point where you are ready to invest, but that doesn't mean that you can't get there very fast. It is about knowing and understanding what is my overall situation. And please don't get me wrong, I don't want today's show to be condescending at all. That is not why I go over the basics of what it means to be financially ready. What I want to do today is not make any assumptions. I have always been super keen on having an understanding of my financials, having the pulse on my money, and that allows me to allocate certain monies into different risk sectors, different risk levels. And that really is very important because crypto, after all, is high risk. Now, what I was able to do is I was able to navigate through a journey from being a saver to then be an investor and trader. Something that I don't often talk about, which I will talk about more often, is my decentralized finance investings. Those are actually very powerful. Type in DeFi in the chat if you have ever heard of DeFi, or if you're curious, because then I know that I can talk more about it. So today we will see how can you determine whether you are ready to start your journey through crypto. If that sounds good, let's get this show on the road and let's play our intro here. I want to show you what's possible if you are at the point where you are a trader. Now, a lot of you are not at that point, but maybe some of you. Here is what I was able to make in just one day with my trades that I placed. This is 12 hours of trading a few coins that, based on me looking at charts, I determined that there would be a high likelihood of those coins growing in value. So you see XRP, Doge, Sol, Link, ETH, Sui, and Cookie. Cookie was the only one that lost some money for me, but that's okay because overall it's $1,000. Okay, $1,000 profit in just one day. That is possible in the very advanced phase of crypto trading. Okay, and I believe that anyone can get there. It's just we need to take steps that are appropriate. Now, before we get into me teaching you about financial fundamentals, I just want us to take a look at the charts. Not too long, I promise, but we do need to understand that if we know what Bitcoin does, we know what the alternative coins do, and the alternative coins, depending on how large their market cap is, are actually a good way to invest. And then we also know what the meme coins will do and the low cap alternative coins. Those are good to trade. Things to just jump in and out maybe within a few hours and make some profit. So again, Bitcoin is the index. Bitcoin shows us the way. And understanding what Bitcoin does helps us like a compass throughout the journey of our crypto investments. That's why it is so important to look at these charts every day. And some of you might actually get bored. Oh no, he's looking at Bitcoin again. He's talking about Bitcoin dominance again. He's talking about market caps of the total crypto market again. Why am I doing this? It's because I am a trader and I need to know every day what is my weather forecast. So for most of you, that is just for informational purposes, right? Because what I want you to do is just make sure that you slowly accumulate as many Bitcoins as possible. That is what I want you to do. And some of you may be like asking, well, I don't even know how to do that and where to start. And that is where I have a solution for you. If you go to crypto.lifestyle, my welcome email contains a video that lets you know in beginner-friendly terms how you can start your journey as a Bitcoin investor in a DCA fashion. So go check that out. Now let's look at the charts. I'm bringing up my Bitcoin chart, and here it is. So first of all, where are we at here? What you always want to do first when you look at a chart is you want to zoom out a little bit, okay? So that you get a larger time frame in your eye. So here we have the 4-hour chart. And as you can see, we are currently ranging between 92,000 and 107, right? Or maybe, yeah, that was the 2 all-time highs here, the average that we touched. So as I told you so often, what crypto does, it ranges for 80% of the time. It goes up to the top of the range, it goes down. It goes up, and then very often it likes to shake out people and turn around. We call that a shakeout, right? You expect it to go to the top of the range, but then the market, the big players in the market, they say, let's shock people and do the opposite of what they expect. That is why you need to be so resilient in this industry, because you need to be able to invest here, go up, and maybe you didn't take profit, and then you go back down. That's what we call a round trip. And then instead of giving up, you remained in, and you do indeed go back up to the range. Now we are on our way back, okay? And it looks like maybe, just maybe, we will not go back to the bottom of the range. So this is the high level view, okay? You can see here, we're here in November, and now we are here in mid-February, okay? So you gotta know what's going on in a high level view. You even wanna know, quite frankly, if I zoom out even more, okay, what's going on if I zoom out even more? You have to be able to tell at any moment in time, where am I at in my journey, Okay, so this is here on the left-hand side, we're looking at 2020. So we have 5 years worth of Bitcoin represent here. And we clearly see this cup and handle formation. For those of you who know, cup, handle, up. Okay, but we want to go a little bit more up. I mean, clearly, for those of you know cup and handle, you place the lid on the cup and then you draw somewhere from the middle to the bottom. Okay, so when the breakout happens, we should see at least the value of the coin go to 110. Okay, but I think there's a lot more possible because the conditions for Bitcoin have never been better. They're just historically good because of the changes in how the world sees Bitcoin, and because Bitcoin is, in my opinion, starting to replace gold as the digital gold, or at least be a very valid alternative. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to zoom in on the current time frame. Okay, we're going to switch to a 4-hour chart, and we're going to look at what's going on here in these last few days. So this yellow line here is the midline of the range that I mentioned earlier. And you can see that Bitcoin has been trying to break through that range several times. We tried here once, twice, and we have to try again. You can also see that there's this support line here at 94,871, touched here several times, right? So the bears, the people who are banking on the price of Bitcoin going down, they are fighting hard, but they can't seem to break through this lower support level, which is really good. But if we want our success story that we are all hoping for, what needs to happen is Bitcoin needs to fight through this level here, okay, the mid level. And then I believe once we clear that, and we also, this is the very important psychological $100,000 mark. Once we clear that, I believe then we are ready for the next bull market. So that is what Bitcoin is doing right now. So it looks good because we have this downwards facing trend line that Bitcoin has respected as a limit over the past few days. And you see this green candle. I'm zooming in super close. This green candle here is really an attempt to break through this boundary. And so if we manage to get out of it, to break the trend here, it will probably retest it. I call that the pit stop, and then hopefully we'll go up. If you see that the bulls cannot defend this level here, 94,800, then I believe Bitcoin will lose some value temporarily. Okay, it might go back to revisit the probably around. That's why it's so important to be able to zoom out. Okay, zooming out, zooming out. So probably I would say around 80,000. So here, that where Bitcoin would revisit that level. You see this wick down here. So, but let's be bullish. I mean, I'm bullish, cautiously optimistic, as I say. So whenever Bitcoin goes up, then something goes down, and that is the USDT dominance. So the USDT is a stable coin, and people stay in the stable coin when they feel unsafe. Okay, so this is the market cap of the USDT, but expressed in percentage. So it's the dominance of the stable coin. What we really want, here is we want signs that this dominance goes down, because when people sell their stable coins, what do? Well, they buy Bitcoin or they buy the altcoins, right? So we see that we have a chance that it looks like we are doing this. Okay, that would really be super cool, and that would mean that we could enjoy the next part of the bull run. All right. So this is what you need to look at: the USDT dominance and the Bitcoin price evolution. Those two things, they work in almost inverse relationship. For the altcoins, of course, you need to look at the Bitcoin dominance. Okay, so that as well looks pretty good. It looks like Bitcoin also wants, the Bitcoin dominance wants to take a move down as well, and that would be really good. Why is that good? Because that brings the altcoin season that so many of us are hoping for. Because in the altcoins, you can make money quicker and then bring the gains back into Bitcoin. Okay, so we do have a trend here, as you can see, that acted as support more or less here. And I would say once Bitcoin is able to, the Bitcoin dominance is able to go here and lose this support line, then it gets really interesting in altcoins. So this is it. This is what you need to look at day in and day out. It is a necessary evil if you want to really be a trader. This is if you want to be a trader. This can also help you if you want to be a medium-term investor, meaning you say, I feel it's a little bit too volatile to jump in and out of coins in a single day. But to me, it makes sense to, for example, look at a Ripple and say, I think XRP is currently slated to grow because we are entering in another phase of the bull run. So I'm going to buy some XRP, and then somehow when we are at the top of the bull run, which could be around May, maybe around May, then I'm gonna cash out, right? So that's why you need to look at these charts every day. Look at where is Bitcoin going. Every day, look at what is the USDT dominance doing. Every day, look at what is the Bitcoin dominance doing. And that gives you almost like a weather forecast. And of course, I'm simplifying this a little bit. There's so many indicators, but I think it is important to start with the 80-20% rule. What is 80% of the things that matters? And to me, that's the three charts that I've just shown you. Mahir says, great analysis. Thank you, Mahir. So are we ready to get into the part where I really want to ask you, do you have your finances under control? About once a month, I host a boot camp that takes you from start to finish through everything you need to know to succeed in crypto, to also learn about DeFi, succeed in crypto as a saver, as an investor, and also as a trader. Now, if you've never been part of these boot camps and you want to, make sure that you join my mailing list, because that is where I announce these boot camps. So definitely go to crypto.lifestyle. And as a thank you, you will also get a video that shows you how to DCA into Bitcoin easily. And for anyone who signs up today, we'll also make sure to send you the checklist that I'm about to go over. And yes, this is a little basic, so please don't take this the wrong way. I don't mean to be condescending. I just want to make sure that you have a tool that can help you assess whether you are ready to invest or not. And maybe this video is one that you should share with someone who is struggling financially. Because what I'm about to share is not only going to help the Kryptonians, but also those who are really struggling in their finances and they say, why am I not building my wealth? Okay, give me a like, and let's type ready in the chat. Let's type ready in the chat, and then I'll go over that checklist. Should be really good. Andrea is ready as always, and she's also ready for the Panacook boat, which we will do tonight. Check the Panacook boat. Probably don't pronounce that correctly. But if we have Dutch viewers, please let me know what's the correct pronunciation. Okay, so basically this is a financial readiness worksheet. And don't cheat, don't look ahead. So financial readiness worksheet. And as I said, when I go through these boot camps, I'm basically giving people a list of reasons why they are not ready for crypto. And one of the points I'm saying, you don't have your finances under control. And I typically say, to explain that, I say the definition of having your finances under control is you know how much you make and how much you need to spend. Today, I want to go a little bit deeper into this with you. So let's look at it, because I believe that this is information that I often assume everybody knows, but is not actually the case. And don't forget, if you join my mailing list today at crypto.lifestyle, I'll make sure you get a copy of this spreadsheet, of this PDF. So first of all, what I want you to do is get an overview over your income and expenses. And I like to think in monthly terms. So what do I make in a month? That goes here. Okay, so I know what I make in a month, I put it there. Then what are my fixed expenses? Rent, bills. In my case, since I'm also a employer, how much do I need to pay in salaries every month? So, okay, I know that. Then, what are my variable expenses? Food, shopping, and so on and so forth. Andrea and I, we have quite a bit of that going on here. And again, if you are in my social channels, you would know that. So allow me to say a word about food and those expenses that are variable. A lot of people, they get a little bit sucked into paralysis analysis when it comes to these variable expenses. And they spend more time with apps and with spreadsheets trying to understand how much did I spend this month on food and so on and so forth. And if you can relate to that, type in I can relate. Okay, but here's a little hack that I want to share with you that will really help you. Rather than focusing on the details of every month, try to get 1 month right that is your most expensive month. Typically, that is a month around the holidays, so maybe a December because of Christmas. Try to get that month right, and then just use that as an average throughout all your calculations. Don't try and get the details of your expenses right every single month. It's not necessary. And by the way, better have a high average than a low average. Okay, so this is the variable expenses. Now you know, well, this is what my total monthly income need is, right? I'm sorry, what my total monthly expenses are. So, and then we have a very simple formula here. Income minus expenses gives you either a positive result. That is really what we want, because that allows you to save, or it gives you a negative result, which, if it is negative, we have a problem, right? If it is negative, you are not ready for crypto, by the way. If it is negative, you need to bring down your expenses or bring up your income. That's all I'm going to say. There's plenty of people on the internet who teach how to do that, but you should not take crypto and try to get out of a negative situation here on your most basic P&L. We call this profit and loss, by the way. That's what the financials call this. You basically take your income, deduct your expenses, and then you get a result. That's your profit and loss in simplified terms. But hopefully you are among the people who have a plus here. And now we can work with something, right? Now we move on to the next So next, what you want to have is savings. Okay, so hopefully you have some savings, and if you don't have them, take the excess of your monthly P&L and funnel that into your savings. So how much savings should you have? You should have at least 3 months of expenses saved. What does that mean? Well, it means that if you lose your job, you can still pay all of your bills for 3 months without getting in trouble. That is very important. It gives a certain peace of mind, a certain cushion. So if you do not have, we call this the emergency fund often. If you do not have those 3 months of expenses saved, of course, you're going to have a plan to make that happen. And in case you didn't know, the plan is to use these funds here, right? And bring that into your emergency fund. All right, next we look at how much debt do I have? Do I even know? So let me talk about that as well. That is not a bad thing. That has been demonized by lots of financial advisors. And it is a bad thing if you use debt to just live above your means and spend it frivolously on things that you don't need or that are luxury. Now, what's the right way to use that? That is good if you use it to invest in yourself or to invest into income producing assets. Now, traditionally, one of the most known income producing assets is real estate, but real estate is too complicated for me. For those of you who love it, great, even better for you. But there are better ways, and I'm, of course, focusing on the ways within the realm of crypto. Now, most of you now expect me to say, well, that is trading and investing. No, there's something better. And that is within the world deep down of decentralized finance. Decentralized finance is a way where entrepreneurs, very smart people say, I'm going to take my company and build it on the foundations of the crypto technology. And it is actually way more open to become an investor, an early investor in companies in the DeFi space than it is in the traditional space. Because when is the last time that you were able to invest in a startup in the traditional space? You have to be connected. You have to know where to go. There's typically a lot of bureaucracy involved, right? In DeFi, that is not the case. But, a big but, you need to know what to do and where to go. And I can tell you, even within crypto experts, most people have absolutely no clue. And that is where I come in. If you join my email list, at some point, especially during that bootcamp, you will also learn about the DeFi space, which is definitely something you won't find everywhere. Oh, I went on a tangent a little bit. So let's go back to that. So yes, it is okay to have that, but you need to have either invested in yourself or into an asset. So you know how much debt you have. Let's go back to the sheet. You know how much debt you have. You are aware of how much high interest debt you have. I also not demonizing credit cards and loans, even not high interest, as long as they make you more money than the interest costs you, right? Totally fine. I'm not advocating for you to have debt. I should be very clear. Thinking about that as a vehicle to make money is only an option when this here is positive. And don't forget, your fixed expenses include your debt payments. All right. So as long if you don't have a plus here, you stop. You don't go on. You need to get a plus and then go to step number 2. Step number 2 is taken care of. Go to step number 3. Now, you have a plan to reduce your debt. That's fine. Paying off your debt is fine. Don't feel pressure to pay it off all too fast. Some people try to pay off their mortgage ahead of time. Why? I think as long as you can take that capital and work with it and make money and spend it in wise ways, you should not be in a hurry. The bank's money is there for you to leverage it in your business, in your education, or in your investments. And that is where I think I have a different, by the way, I have to say this, even though this is financial advice, this is not financial advice, okay? This is education. I'm not a certified financial advisor. There are people who studied many, many years learning this, trying to teach it and implement for you. All of this is just education. Are we clear? Good. So you should generally try to have your credit utilization under 30% of your income. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, if you make $1,000 every month, then roughly speaking, no more than $300 should be earmarked to pay off your credit. Does that make sense? Okay, so investments and wealth building. Now, once you have cleared step 3 and you know you are good to go, now it comes to the fun part. So you need to know, do you have an investment portfolio for you? Do you even think in terms of investing? And for many, it's probably no. For many, it's like, I don't know. What are my investments? I just go and work my 9 to 5, and then I try to put some money aside, right? And that is a problem, because you need to have a plan to navigate your wealth building. I cannot teach you the entire world of investing in this video. All I want you to know is that you should be aware of the fact that you need to be investing, because when you are investing, think of your dollars as little employees who go to work for you every day, and then they make profit for you. That's what investing is. You literally become an employer of your money to send them into the world and make money for you. So you need to know, what is my investment portfolio and how much do I have in it? And that then gives a check mark. What percentage of your income is invested monthly? It could be anywhere between 10 to 30%. It really, really depends on who you are. Some people invest all of their income into their investments because they have enough passive income, or they have a very low cost of living, super low cost of living, where they live grossly under their means and they can take their income and invest all of that. That is a super powerful position that I have navigated myself in, by the way. It's a very, very powerful position, but it requires you living below your means for quite some time. What does that mean, living below your means? It means that this is a big fat plus here, okay? A big fat plus in your younger years, maybe, so that you can invest for when you retire, for example. So completely up to you. But the point here is, you have an investment portfolio, you have a number attached to it, you also have a percentage in your mind of how you want to grow it. And then you make sure you own assets that grow in value. It says here stocks, crypto, real estate, etc. So I am, of course, a big believer in this one, right? Why? Because in my personal opinion, it outperforms everything else. Now, it's completely up to you what you do. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a person who is living his American dream. I live a life that very few other people have a chance to live, and it is because of crypto. I'm not saying that stocks and real estate is not an option. I'm just saying that I'm not in love with it, and I like to invest into what I'm in love with. And then this one is actually an important one for a lot of you. I am consistently investing, even in small amounts. And most of you are probably in a situation where you have to figure out a lot of moving parts, but you can dollar cost average. And that is very powerful. I cannot stress it often enough. Go to sign up to crypto.lifestyle and give yourselves the chance to take a look at that video about dollar cost averaging, to just see, for some of you, that may be all you ever need as an investment vehicle. Next, future planning. Do you have retirement savings set up? For most people in the United States, that means that the words IRA or 401k mean something to you. So definitely don't take crypto and make that your retirement plan. Have a little something in traditional finance that is approved by one of your financial advisors, and that sets you on a path where you know that one fine day when you want to take a little slower pace in life, this is where you draw your income from. So I have a plan for financial independence. Do you even know what financial independence means? Financial independence means that your passive income is bigger than your expenses. And passive income is income that stems from investments. And that is the case for me. In one single day, I make more passive income than the average household needs in a month, in one single day. And it's possible because of my crypto investments in decentralized finance primarily. It doesn't stem from those investments that I've shown you earlier, those trades that I showed you earlier. Of course, you always have to be on the legal side so you understand your tax obligations, but you also optimize legally. That means you have some sort of advisor who tells you, if you do this, then you can write off some expenses and so on and so forth. Then step 6, financial security and education. I avoid financial scams and do my own research. Important, do your own research. What you see online, even what you're looking at right now, is just someone telling you something. You need to do your own research. I have basic insurance coverage. This is important. Your health, your life, your car, your house. Insurance is really almost a wonder of the modern world. I think is basically something that is a blessing to even have access to. So take advantage of it. Get insurance. I continue to educate myself about wealth building strategies would be the last point of the checklist. So that's what I had for you today. I'm happy to get feedback or questions and comments right now if you have any. But essentially, I'd be very curious even to know if you would currently pass this 6-step formula. And I understand that you probably don't want to say that as publicly, but just as a personal comment to yourself, would you even get to step 6? How many gaps are there? And quite frankly, if you cannot get to step 6, I don't think you should be in crypto. I think that now, being aware of all of these steps, you can get yourself set up to get into crypto. But if you're not, then take some time. You don't have to start your journey today. You don't have to do today's bull run, this bull run. You can wait until the next bull run. The markets will always be present. And if you have trader knowledge, you can always make money in any type of market. But it is a very, very emotional and psychologically demanding task, which is why you need to have peace of mind with the basics. And that is what I covered here with you today. Again, I think this is a great message to take with into the weekend. And let's not forget, it's also Valentine's weekend. And just for that, maybe to give one or two of you a chance to put a comment or feedback in the chat, I will play this awesome Amsterdam song one more time. This was, by the way, done with AI, as you might be able to guess. But I think it's absolutely crazy to which point we have come where AI makes such good music. It really is good music. Let's listen again.
In the heart of Amsterdam, where the canals gleam, Crypto Alliance rises like a digital dream. From 100 followers, our journey begins. With code and with passion, our story spins. Help us reach 100, join our crew.
Congratulations, Andy J, for joining the mailing list. You will be stunned to speculate. Tell me, do you like the song? Are you surprised how good the AI song is? Awesome. Well, thank you for your time, Kryptonians. This was Shankar Poncelet live from Amsterdam. And don't forget, we have the Crypto Alliance, and consider joining us. If the time is not right now, it might be tomorrow, in a month, or in a year. Who knows? Over and out for now.